Hello,
Hi, madam. Good evening.
good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, how was your day?
Yeah, it's was too good, pretty well. And in
Okay.
yours?
Mine was good as well. I was sleeping most of the time, so it was good.
Oh,
Why was it good for you?
actually, nothing special. Actually, I worked in my office throughout the day, and as usual, the works was repeatedly work. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, got it. So, before we start the session, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Gagana. I'm from Mysore, Karnataka. Professionally, I'm a social media content creator. I've completed my computer science engineering, and I've been training people from past 3 years. So this is about me. Now you go.
Okay. Thank you giving your introduction. Actually, as you know, my name is Sanjay Yadav. I am speaking from Pune, a city in Maharashtra, and I have been working in public sector bank from the last 5 years. And
Okay.
I'm basically from Patna, and
Hmm.
from the last 3 years I've been in Pune. Before that I was in Delhi, and just
Hmm.
because of my job I have been transferred here. And just I want to improve my fluency level. That's why I connected with the Miss Yari. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is all about me. And when it's hobbies, my I prefer to read books whenever I get time, and I play games also whenever I get time on weekend. This is all about me.
Great. Okay. So why are you here in English, Yari? What do you want to learn?
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, every walk of life there is improvement. Okay, nobody is perfect in the world. So just I
Hmm.
want to, because I know in my office whenever I get time, I only speak, not speak English, only speak Marathi or Hindi.
Hmm.
In on quarterly basis or monthly basis, whenever I get chance to connect with our management, because I have to attend the meeting, review meeting or branch managers meeting. Then at that point times I speak only for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, according to our time frame, because I have to
Hmm.
describe myself, what are the plans I have planned for my branch business achievement. Yeah,
Hmm.
at that point in time I sometimes I feel hesitate because I'm not in the habit of speaking English. So all of a
Hmm.
sudden I have to represent myself.
Hmm.
Then at that point of time, I just assess myself. Okay, if I do practice, if I work on that, then I will be better. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, correct.
Hmm.
I know it's going to be difficult if you have to speak only once in a month in English.
Yeah.
But you also have the answer there. Like if it is possible, try to speak as much as in English, even in office, so that that will become practice to you. I would suggest
Hmm.
that.
Actually, am I audible? Because my laptop is not working. My laptop charger is not working. That's why I'm connected with the phone. Yeah,
Okay. No, no, no. You're audible. Am I audible?
yeah, you're audible. Because first
Great.
time I'm connected in my mobile, so that's I'm not comfortable with this Bluetooth or like that. Okay.
Okay. No, no, you're audible. You're
Hmm.
fine.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you know what is the topic for today's session?
Yeah, I haven't gone through, but yeah, it's about art, art,
Correct. The
importance of art in
importance
our
of
life. Hmm, hmm,
correct.
hmm, hmm.
What is your thoughts on that? What is the importance of arts in anyone's life?
Yeah, actually, arts is very arts plays a very important role in anyone's life. It totally depend on in which field you are good at. Suppose you are good at your in music or singing a song. It's also comes under art. Right now, if you are good at your English, it also comes under art, because you are good and you want to take advantage of that. It just want to give the message. Somebody is doing art on the paper or notebook like that. Because they do not with the help of art they want to convey the message to our society. If
Hmm.
anybody who are not able to speak, even listen, then just whatever they want to tell the society or in family, by doing arts work they can give the message to our society how they are thinking about the world, about our society. Just because art has lots of power, they can give the message to the society, because most of the time it happens to us also. We read the newspaper and there is only a cartoon. Okay, most of the time we just witness. If we have studied, yeah, we have gone through, yeah, we have watched that news, then all of a sudden we relate by seeing that cartoon. Just we relate the that incident, although the art is not speaking to us, but just we gaze and we accordingly just start thinking how what the arts want to give the message to us. So of course, it totally depends person to person how they want to do the art like that.
Got it. I'm not able to see you. Um, I'm able to
What?
hear you, but I'm not able to see you.
I'm not visible.
No, 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 you're not.
Oh my, but you are visible.
Okay, then let me continue. Let's not waste time.
Yeah, now I'm visible.
No.
Let
Do you
me
want
let
to
me
drop off
let me
and
jo-
join soon again?
yeah, let me try.
No,
Okay.
you're visible. You're visible now. You're visible.
Okay. Yeah, it will be because I already told you. First time I'm using this mobile, because I'll always use my laptop, because my laptop charger is not working. I will purchase tomorrow.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. Okay, so I'll quickly give feedback for this question, how you answered, and then we'll move on to the next question. Okay.
Of course,
Um,
of course.
so what I observed was that when I asked a question, it was like a debate that you went and you started talking. There was no structure or points highlighted when you were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
another point was you're having a conversation with a person. So it
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
happen that you don't have to put everything out. So make sure when there is a person, opposite person has asked a question, you
Mm-hmm.
also make sure that the person is listening. How do you make sure that the person is listening? Yes.
Of course, just we have to be precise. We have to speak little, because if
Not
you are
little.
asking the question.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying talk less. I'm saying like good,
Mm-hmm.
correct. The all the points that you mentioned are good, but
Mm-hmm.
when you're having a conversation, it's important to hold the other person also interested in the conversation. So how do you do
Okay.
that? When you ask a question related to them, when you
Mm-hmm.
ask a question on them, that is when people are going to be interested to answer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I asked you this question so that I could give you this feedback. So whenever you're speaking outside, make sure you also ask questions. Okay.
Okay, of course, of course.
Three feedback. One is don't go on and on, even when you feel like the other person is not listening. So you observe. How do you know about if the person is still interested in the topic or not? Observe. So if they are towards you, talking to you, listening very intensely, then they want to listen about all the things that you're talking. But if they're
Mm-hmm.
like, huh, acha, acha. So they're seeing other sides, but they're just replying to you, not responding to you. That is when you make sure, okay, the topic has not interested, so I have to change the topic. Got it?
Okay, got it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, what is art for you?
Okay, art for me, because actually art for me, just I always want to be cool myself. I just whenever I work in my office, actually at that point of time I make sure I should friendly with all our my staff. I do not want to argue with him or them, whatever they are in the office. I try to do myself. I try to convert myself according to their situations. Okay. Sometimes I become friendly. Sometimes I try to be strict also, because if I always be a friend of them, then it is very difficult to do all the pending tasks. Yeah, it
Hmm,
totally depend on situation, how the situations are. If uh, yeah, it is like that.
got it. Okay.
Mm,
Regarding this, I would like to say one thing. Even I
mm,
would be the same. I would be like, I didn't want to give any points from my side because I didn't want to cause any destruction to the meeting that is happening. They're talking about
Mhm.
something, let them talk. I have a point, but I won't tell them because it feels like an extra point. It is not necessary. Do you feel this?
What can you come again, please? Actually, your voice was not coming in between.
So, whenever a situation is happening, it might be a
Hmm.
meeting or anything that is happening outside.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
they're
Hmm.
talking about something, you want to say
Hmm.
something, but you feel it is unnecessary. It might cause some trouble, or it might cause another conversation. It is just an extra thing. So, let's avoid it. I'm not gonna say that. Have you done that before?
No, actually, it totally depend on the situation. Suppose I am having the meeting with the top management, okay? Because top management has sometimes ego problem. Whatever they want to convey, they want to convey, okay? They do not want disturbance in between them. If I am attending the meeting with the GMs or ED like that, then at that point of time I try to listen only, because what happens, suppose there are hundreds of people just listening, and if I try to interrupt in between, then he may think, okay, he's a egoist guy, or just he want to improve, he are not in the mood to listen, he are not sincere, okay? At that point of time, I, of course, I also avoid, although I want to speak, but I do not speak at that point of time. When it comes to a
Hmm.
normal meeting or general conversation, then I speak. I do not wait for that turn, okay? If I get a chance, then I whatever I want to convey, I convey directly. It totally
Hmm.
depends on the situations, in which situation, at what point we are.
Got it. So I would always say, even if you want to say a point, it doesn't have to be like you have to interrupt them and say that. It can be at the end of the meeting, after the whole presentation is done by one person. You can ask, like, if you have a point to say, if you have an opinion to express, then you should always go for it. You should not feel like it's unnecessary. Why do I just say that? It should not be like that. So that's the point I just wanted to tell you, because it
Okay.
won't be fair to hide that point. Maybe that point will be impressed by the general manager or something. But I would say, never interrupt when someone is talking. You should not interrupt. Or you can say, if that is too much important, then you can say, excuse me, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but this is an urgency, I want to
But
say something.
but what happened? I work in a public sector bank. Okay, in public sector, then nothing presentation like that. They just want to attack. Okay, if they are in the mood to attack, then they were not going to listen. Okay, so it is totally different from the private culture, because I have
Yeah,
worked
the
in private
topic.
culture also.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I got to understand that. So when you are interrupting someone, it should be the level of urgency should be very high. So that is when you interrupt someone. But if there is a
Mm-hmm.
general point or general opinion that you want to express, then you have to express it when your turn
Yeah.
comes, or at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
presentation. So that is
Okay,
fair.
I got it. I got it. Got it. What I want to come. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why do you think people, so I've seen a lot of people in IT field or even in banks, they work, but still on
Mm-hmm.
weekends or in the evening when they come back, they indulge themselves in doing some art, painting, or they want to do something creative. So why do you think people do that? What kind of because some people I've also seen who is very much passionate about something, but because of the responsibilities they have, they are in the IT field or they're working under pressure, something like that. So what about you?
Yeah, of course, it is totally obvious, because if somebody working in the organization, okay, from the morning till evening they are working, they because they have to work in front of the screen, okay, and they have to, so sometimes it happens throughout the day they have to talk with the clients, or according to their time, or according to their work they have to play a role. But when they come at home, just they want to relax, okay. Everybody has everybody has different types of hobbies. Sometimes it happens, if anybody has a hobby just doing painting, they love to painting, because by doing painting they can get relaxed, okay, because there is no any mobile phone, there is no any conversation. They whatever they want to present in the paper or in the sheet, they just want to convey in the painting. And in this, while doing painting, their brain, everything is just calm. Okay, they are relaxing, just it's come under the relaxing, because they are doing the things they want to do. When it comes, if we are liking something and we are doing the things, then we do not feel any press. It's just give the pleasure. There is a hormones, good hormones and bad hormones. At that point of times, good hormones release in our mind, and then we feel relaxed. Okay, no matter how many hours we have worked in your office, it totally depends. Sometimes it happens. Most of the people, when they come from the office, they prefer to read the books. Some people prefer to listen the podcast. It totally depends on the person in which area they are feeling comfort and they have their hobbies. Yeah, just I would like to mention this.
Okay. How do you, what is your passion? What was your passion? Or which art do you do? Do you do any arts?
Yeah, of course, there are many things actually. Because I'm a banker, I just love to play with numbers. Okay, whenever I come at my home, I prefer to read many books, which the books are which are related to finance, because I want to. I'm investing my money, hard-earned money, in the stock market, share market. Generally, I do my investments related. Read till 11:30 because I do trading in commodity or currency. The market is open for 11:55 p.m., 11:30 p.m. So I do lots of
Mhm.
research because just I want to get retired at 45 or 50. So according to that, because I have goal, I have to retire at 50. That's why I'm working my own plan, because if you have plan, if you have goal, then you will do in a good direction. So I have goal, I have to get retired at 50. So whenever I get time, I prefer to write some good points, and I prefer to write general. And I have also trade diary whenever I get, and then I prefer to write 1 to 3 pages, one to three pages every day. The trades which I have done mistakes in my previous day, so in coming days I will not repeat the same mistake, because everybody should learn from the, because suppose you want to get success, then the failure is also part of success. So we should learn the from the failure, and that should not be repeated again. If you are doing mistake, then it is not good for anybody. So just I want not to repeat the things which I have done in past. That's why I'm writing the journal, and I just I write all the things which I have done in bad way or good way. From bad things, I want to improve myself. I want not to repeat. From the good things, I want to memorize all the things, so that I can take the advantage of that in coming future. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Um, so what? Two things again. What I observed here was, one is there were few points which were repeated. So maybe if why people repeat it again and again until this is my observation, that when you don't feel that the opposite person has understood this point or taken this point, we tend to repeat it, right?
Okay.
So make sure, like, consciously think about the points that you're trying to say. So you have to practice this a lot, because in one go you're not going to get it. So consciously try to speak. Okay, the one thing is, do not repeat the words and try to hold a conversation. Even now, you didn't ask any questions to me, right? So this is a conversation that is happening. For you to practice English, it should be from both the sides. So
No,
now
no, no.
you're learning.
Of course. I would like to interrupt here, because it's about 50 sessions here over here. But most of the times it happens. Most of the teachers, they only want question. They do not want. They are not feel comfortable if I ask a question. So that's why I'm getting. I'm just avoid to ask. Actually, I can ask. I can convert. I can speak in both the manners. Okay, I have lots of questions. I want to ask you also. Okay, that's why sometimes it happens, because every time you do not get the same teacher the way you are thinking, because in 30 minutes you can't judge the person to whom you are talking. Okay, because right now I'm here, I'm talking. It doesn't mean I can read your mind. Okay, in 20-25 minutes you can't read the person, you can't describe the person. It totally depends. Okay, actually I have lots of questions. I will ask you if I get a chance. Okay, I'm totally believe in two-way conversation. I do not believe in one-way conversation. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes the I also receive the monotonous person. Okay, sometimes I want to quit the class
Okay, I
also.
understood. Let me stop you here. I
Yeah,
understood the point.
yeah.
So, what I'm trying to say is, regardless of how the other person is, it's you who have to show it. It is not important
Hmm.
like what other person wants, right? You want to have a conversation, you want to practice here, and you are here for that, right? The
Hmm.
one thing that I observed most was the conversation was not holding. So you were answering it, but the conversation is not on the hold. So now I'm going to
Hmm.
give you an opportunity if you want to ask some question to me. So when the one more thing before I give you that opportunity, when you're having a conversation, it should not be about a different thing. So you're talking about one topic, the conversation should
Hmm.
happen on the same topic, and the conversation can change based on the conversation that they're having, right? It should not be
Okay.
completely different thing that you're going to ask, but you're
Hmm.
going to talk about something different, right? So now you have the
Hmm.
opportunity. We have like 4 more minutes. I'll give you.
Yeah, Yeah, thank you, thank you for giving the chance to ask you questions because as you know, we are discussing on the art. What is the importance of arts? If I ask you how the arts plays important role in your life, can you describe so that I can learn from you also?
Correct. So for me, art is my life is filled with like 80% of art and 20% of boringness because for me, art is very important. Without art, I won't be here or, most of my professional work, full time work is also about art. Since I'm a content creator, my art is
Hmm.
creating content. So I design
Hmm.
things, I write
Yeah.
things, everything. Other than that, also I love going out and observing nature, being in between, in the middle of the nature. So that I think that is also kind of art where you feel there are so many different things. How can you make it look beautiful? Will that look beautiful in your eyes? Because you see good things, because you see that things as like artistic things, right? So for me, everything is art. Whatever I do, it is art. I do paint, I do a lot of crafting things, I do reading. So for me,
Hmm.
as I said, 80% of my life is filled with art. So yeah.
Okay, okay, that's as you mentioned that you are a content writing creator like that. So suppose
Mhm.
if you write anything, so how you come to know whether that contents have liked by the people or not? From where you are receiving the comments or any feedback,
Mhm.
how you are improving yourself because what happens sometimes you write the something whatever you want to convey but the
Mhm.
things were liked by other people or not, how you come to know about that?
By interacting with them. So I create content on Instagram. So by interacting on DMs, interacting on comments, I get to know what people want. So on every content that I post, there are comments
Hmm.
on, ma'am, I want this video next. Ma'am, I want to know about this. Can you make a content on that? Can you make a video on that? Can you make a post on that? So that's how I get to know by talking to them. It might be not directly, but I talk to people. I talk to my target audience.
Okay,
That's how I.
may I know which types of contents would you prefer to write or
So I write content on same things that I teach. Basic English, communication skills, personality development, interview preparation, and grooming. All of this. I make
okay, okay,
content on this.
okay,
So
that's nice, that's nice. That's nice.
okay.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
we have 30 more seconds. I hope you
Hmm.
enjoyed this session and learned something new in today's class. So make sure from next time, whenever you're having conversation, even the basic conversation in office, try to speak in English first of all, and then try to hold a conversation with someone. So we feel that sometimes when we meet someone and when we have a conversation with them, we feel that the conversation is very boring sometimes, right? Have you experienced that? Why will a conversation become boring? Because when there is no question, when there is nothing to talk to that person. That is when it becomes boring, right? So to
Yeah.
make it interesting, you have to ask the question. For example, now we are talking about stock market, right? So you ask the other person about, do you invest on mutual funds? How do you invest? How do you save? So these are the kind of also personal questions, also related to the topic that you are interested in. This is how you make a conversation interesting. Okay, great. So it's we have come to an end. So I hope to see you again. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you so much and have a good night.
Okay, okay. Can I ask one question if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, what are your hobbies so that I can learn from you? Because which types of content would you prefer to consume were you time? Because you are content writer, so that I can learn from your hobbies also. Because you are in the same field. Because you are writing, you are doing everything, so I can learn from you. Can you share your hobbies or what you prefer to do?
Yeah, sure. I like reading. It doesn't matter which. I love reading fiction books. I love reading self-help, self-improvement books, and I like to watch movies a lot. English movies. I do watch
Okay.
regional language movies also, but I watch a lot of English movies to learn the slangs. And currently, I'm also working on something to build something. So I'm consuming a lot of content out there, but it's mostly on watching videos on YouTube and reading the books, podcast
Okay.
also.
Okay. Can you suggest me to one or two books so that I can also go through that?
um how to talk to your friends and influence them.
Okay.
For
How to
starting,
talk
you
to
can,
friends and influence them. Hmm.
yeah, this is one. Currently I've just got this book, but I've not started it. This is called
Ev-
Everything Is a Book About Hope. It's written by Mark Manson.
Everything is. Can you show me, please? Everything is picked. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so this is my recent book. Um, okay, great
Yeah.
then.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for giving me the book's name and giving the so constructive feedback. I will certainly go, and if I get a chance to interact with you, so I will. I want to learn from you a lot because you are so friendly teacher and of course friendly person. I would like to say here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot, and I love to have more session with you.
That's great. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. And I'll see you
Yeah.
again. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye. Take care.
Good night. Bye.